I really want people to talk more about mental health, what mental health is, what mental illness is, and to share stories.
Mental health has affected my life in so many ways for over such a long period of time, from not so big issues to absolute most tragic of circumstances.
The more you talk about it, the more you open yourself up to learning and education from other people's journeys, and it actually does help everyone.
It's okay to talk about mental welfare and to ask for help.
In 1995 I moved up here and I knew this lovely man called Philip, and we ended up getting married and having 2 lovely children. And we had a great life, simple life, but it was beautiful. So we just thought we were going to grow old together, and on Father's Day 8 years ago I found him collapsed in the bathroom, and by midnight we were turning off his life support. And look, it was just such a great shock, and he was clinically dead from an aneurysm. Then I became a single mum, widowed, with 2 young children to bring up.
We were living in the Caribbean, had everything lost through a hurricane. We lost absolutely everything, and it was a couple of years before we even got to rebuild again, and we lost our jobs, we lost everything. And so it was very tough.
I was diagnosed with anxiety when I was in university. Back in my early 20s, I was living a pretty hectic lifestyle at the time. I was trying to, burn the candle at both ends, had an overloaded study, was working 30 to 40 hours a week, and also managed to fit in quite a healthy social life at the time too.
Quite a few years ago I was diagnosed with mild depression following a relationship breakup. No surprise there, it's a pretty common story for guys our age. But shortly after that I ended up being diagnosed with prostate cancer. So it was a bit of a double whammy. And that sort of got me thinking about where I was heading. And there was some pretty dark days in there.
I have a family member who has suffered from post-traumatic stress for nearly 3 decades.
I started to have physical symptoms. I was getting tingly fingers, and the back of my hands were becoming numb. My extremities were losing sensation, and so that actually started to worry me even more.
I've been through a couple of serious bouts of anxiety and depression in the past, and got through them, and I think I'm a normal type person. I went to a really dark place quite quickly, and I didn't really have that zest for, do I really want to wake up in the morning? I didn't really care that much.
There are so many side effects, physical side effects from mental health, that the longer you leave it, the worse those side effects are.
I'd wake up in the morning, in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, and my heart rate was up, and I'd be hot, and I'd be sweaty, and I'd be numb, and I just thought, I'm going to die. It wasn't till only a couple of years ago I actually had one of these attacks at work. A couple of my work colleagues and friends took me across to the doctor's surgery, and the doctor said, "You've just had a panic attack, Janine."
It rippled throughout every part, 24/7, yeah. It's pretty hard to go to work. Some days, I just couldn't go to work. In the last few years, I lost 3 good friends to suicide, and they didn't reach out at all. I was at the point where I was considering taking my own life, and a couple of things happened at that point, and I realised, well, it's not the answer. Once I realised that, it was probably easiest thing to do was to go and ask, to go and seek help.
I did see the doctor and then went and spoke with a psychologist just so I could learn more about the condition or the anxiety and how I could manage it through exercise and having a heightened understanding of what it meant.
Help is there and it's available, and you get so much better so quickly, but you won't while ever you bottle things up inside and don't seek help, and help is there.
Definitely seek help. Really important to seek help.
The minute you feel that somebody that you love, you're close to, is suffering, go to the doctor. And the EAP is an amazing opportunity, free for staff, like how amazing is that, and your family, to actually go and talk to people.
Help is out there, and people love and care about you, and they want you to be enjoying your life, and they want you to be well. And I think that if we talk more about it, if we share our stories more, you take away that feeling of isolation and loneliness that people can feel when they experience a mental illness.
Saw some psychologists, had some help, and not that long, I'm feeling good again, on top of the world. Anxiety or depression is completely normal. It's a disease no different to diabetes, it's no different to many other things out there. I know for myself, to feel good, I need to exercise. I exercise daily, and by exercising daily, it keeps me physically fit, keeps me physically well.
I was put on some medication and it settled it down, and look, it's a rarity now, but it was just part of the grieving, and we've come through it. In the end, it was talking to friends, and I think for me it was exercise, definitely exercise.
Like walking along the beach, it doesn't matter, walk, take the dog for a walk. She got a dog, she got a puppy, so that was one of her ways of getting rid of the isolation and having her own little beautiful puppy to look after.
A release for me, or a way of coming back, was triathlons. So I've grabbed that by the throat. I'm just like everyone else, go through good times, bad times, nothing special, just an ordinary guy. And it happens. This program's called FreshMinds, and I've been thinking about that in the last week or two, what that actually means to me. And for me, the fresh is it's if you're going through tough times, then take this opportunity and get a fresh start.
Good mental health provides a sense of well-being, confidence and self-esteem. It allows us to fully enjoy and appreciate other people, day-to-day life, and make the most of our wonderful Sunshine Coast lifestyle. When we're mentally healthy, we can form positive relationships, use our abilities to reach our potential, and deal with life's challenges. However, sometimes life can be hard. The day-to-day pressures such as our finances, supporting our family, and the work stresses can take their toll, both physically and mentally. Part of the change that Council's FreshMinds program is trying to effect is having open conversations about mental health. The second part is educating ourselves on how to spot the signs of mental illness in ourselves and in each other, and knowing how to respond appropriately. Doing this will go some way to creating a workplace and wider community that is compassionate and considerate of those experiencing mental health concerns. So let's work together, let's support each other, and let's keep our health in mind.